about visualizing decision trees. Now, earlier section I had told you that decision trees are the easiest to understand, and that is why we started learning machine learning with decision trees. In this section, we are going to explore our model in a visual format. So you will see how this model makes prediction. Okay, now let me show it to you. So as you can see, we have simplified this code to the basic format. Now here on the top, what I'm going to write here is from sklearn import tree. Now what is this? This object has a method for exporting the decision tree in graphical format. So after we train our model, let's call this object over here. So how do you write it? Tree dot export underscore graph with and the brackets. Now here we need to pass few arguments. Okay. Now we don't have to worry about the order in which we are going to write it. So first we are going to write model, this name, because it is holding our model. Okay. Second, what I'm going to write here is the name of the output file. So output underscore file equal to, you have to give some name. So I'm giving the name as music underscore recommender dot dot. Now what is this dot? This is a dot format, which is graphic description language. Okay. Now after this, next parameter which I'm going to write here is feature underscore names equal to square brackets. Now we set this to an array which is of two strings, that is age and next is gender. Okay, so these are the features of our columns of our data set, if you remember. Okay, so these are what basically the properties or the features of our data. Okay, now next parameter which I'm going to write here is class underscore names. Okay, now we should set it to the list of classes or the labels which we have for our output data set, like we have hip hop, jazz, classical and so on. So what we are going to write over here is we are going to write y. What is this y? It includes all the classes of our genre. Okay, then what do we write? We write the function unique. So as the name suggests unique, it will return unique list of classes. Right, now we need to sort this alphabetically, so we will call sorted function and pass the result. Okay, so here in the beginning over here, I'm going to write the sorted function and put this inside the bracket. All right, okay, now next parameter we are going to add, okay, that is label, and I'm setting it to all. Now don't worry about the details of these parameters, I'll come back to it shortly. Okay, then after this, next parameter which I'm going to write here is rounded equal to true. Okay, then next is filled equal to true. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we are going to run the code, and now let's click over here, and can you see here a file has got created with this name music recommender dot. Okay, this is the file which has got created. Now what we are going to do is we will go over here, we click on download, and we will download this file. Now I've already downloaded this file. Next thing what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to open my Visual Studio Code editor, because I'm going to open this file in the editor. Now you can see this file is already there. I've already opened this file for you guys. Okay, now one important thing you have to understand here is you are going to install, these are the different extensions which we have with our Visual Studio editor. There is very one important of it which we require to run this format file. Okay, this is the one, GraphViz interactive preview. Now this extension you all need to install, right? Because we want visualization of this file. So this file, we have opened this dot format file here. It's a textual language describing the graphs. Now to visualize these graphs, we have installed this section. Okay, now what we are going to do, after you install this and you open this file here, you can see a dot option coming here. You have to click on this option, and this is your decision tree. Okay, now this tree we are going to understand what it is. Okay, so this is how our model makes the predictions. Okay, so we have this binary tree, which means every node, see, two sections, right? This is binary format. Okay, so it has maximum of two children. Now on the top of each node we have a condition. See, the conditions are here everywhere. Okay, so if this condition is true, we have the child node on the left side, and if otherwise, we refer the child node on the right side. Okay. So now let's see what is happening here. Let us see the first condition, age less than equal to 30.5. So if this condition is false, that means the user is 30 years old. So the genre of the music that the person will be interested is which one? Classical one. Okay. So here we are classifying people based on their profile. That is the reason we have the word class over here. Okay. So user who is 30 years older belongs to the class of classical. Okay. That is people who like classical music. Now what if the condition is true? That means the user is younger than 30. So now check the gender. If it is less than 0.5, okay, which basically means if it is equal to 0, we are dealing with a female. Okay, so let's see the child node here. So once again we have another condition. So we are dealing with a female who is younger than 30. Okay, so once again we need to check their age. So what is the age over here? Less than 25.5. Yeah, so if that is the case, then users like the dance music. Okay, over here if it is less than that. Okay, otherwise they like acoustic. Okay, so this is the decision tree that our model uses to make predictions. And if you are wondering, why we have this floating point numbers like 25.5, now it is basically the rules that our model generates, okay, based on the patterns that it finds in the data set. So as we give our model more data, these rule will change, so they are not always the same. Now also, if there are more columns and features than a decision tree, so it will get more complex. Now currently we have only two features, if you remember, age and gender. That is the reason the decision tree is little simpler one. Okay, now let us come back to the code. Here what we had written was filled equal to true. Yeah, so let us understand why we have what the output is coming, filled equal to true. Over here, filled equal to true, so each box has is filled up with some color. Okay, then rounded equal to true, so see the boxes, they are rounded up. Okay, then labels equal to all, so every node has labels which we can read. See the labels, there are labels given, right? Now we had written y dot unique. Yeah, that is why it is displaying the class name. See everywhere, class names are written for each node. Then we have written feature name. So we can see the rules in our nodes. See the different rules are there. Okay. So this is how you do the visualization. I hope it is clear. Thank you.